I'm Clever Ghoul, but you can call me Nikki. Welcome back to the channel. Over the years, I have seen so many Halloween doormats that are ridiculously overpriced. I'm talking upwards of $50, $60, $70. And even if they're super cute and spooky, I just can't justify spending money on something like that. It feels silly to me. But if it's for you, you do you, no judgment. Anyway, this week, I set out to make my own. Well, paint my own. This is a really easy craft that anyone can do. I would recommend making a design where you have shapes and colors and then you have a black outline around them, which I say after painting something with a black cat. And you know what? You'll see what I mean. With that being said, let's get into it. For materials, you'll need the following. A doormat. You can get this from any store near you. I looked around but ended up getting one online. Acrylic paint. I used regular, but you might want to use outdoor acrylic paint if you can find it, just to add a little bit of longevity. I live in a place where we get little to no weather, and my doormat will be pretty protected from the elements. So for me, this is less of an issue, but it might be something you want to consider when making your own. Brushes. Optionally, a Sharpie, some masking tape, a ruler, and I also used a light coat of clear Flex Seal spray to lock everything in. You can find any affiliate links in the description box below, and I do earn a small commission, so thank you. For the design, I really wanted to copy the artwork from this mug that I have. I just love this vintagey retro Halloween look, and I think this is such a cute drawing that I wanted to have it on a doormat. So I drew it out on the iPad and then did some quick math to apply a grid over it so that I could lay it down accurately. You don't have to do this. You can literally just start by painting on the mat however you like. This was just my first step. From there, I measured out the bottom of the grid on my mat and made small marks with a Sharpie, and then made a straight line with the masking tape above where that measurement would be, just so I had an idea of where everything would sit. Then I referenced my drawing while transferring onto the mat with Sharpie. I did this for the second row of the grid as well, but from there I felt confident that I could eyeball the rest of it, so that's what I did. So I just finished by roughly mapping out all of the elements with the Sharpie. Then it was time for paint. I recommend starting with lighter colors first and finishing with black if you're using it. This way you can get a clean layer of your colors and nothing will get really muddy. I started with the pumpkin, leaving any gaps for the face, and then hitting it with a hairdryer to just speed up the drying time. Then I added in the rest of the design, always making sure a layer was dry before adding on another color. Now you can kind of see what I meant earlier about a solid black object. It will always be a little patchy because the base of the mat is a lighter color and it's really hard to get deep in there with your paint. I do think a way around this could be to use a stencil and black spray paint, because I think that would make it become more saturated, but I haven't tested that out, so this is really just a guess. Lastly, I added in black outlines everywhere, and these really helped the piece. I did add one around the cat as well, but you can't really see it. Oh well. Now it's time to waterproof your work. Like I said, you could have used an outdoor acrylic paint earlier to help you out with this, and you could probably leave it at that, but I did some research online and landed on clear Flex Seal, which I used a light layer of, just going over some of the more saturated areas to see how that works out. But you know, if you're using an outdoor paint, maybe you can skip it altogether, I'm not sure. You might want to do a test. You can always touch it up with paint after the fact. Once that was dry, I was done, which means it's time for the reveal. Here it is. Does it kind of look like a kid painted it? Yeah, it does. And I was annoyed at first, but after a few days, it kind of became charming to me. And it has that vintage Halloween feeling that I was going for in the first place, so I'm not too mad about it. While it's not a perfect translation of my mug, I still think it transferred over pretty well. Now, is this cheaper than buying a new doormat? Well, maybe not. I say this because I just saw some that are on sale for around the $12 mark, and this definitely cost more than that. I have trouble pricing it because I had a lot of the items on hand. The mat was around $17, and that's really the only thing I had to buy. But if you're adding up everything, I would say it's gonna cost you around $25 to make this if you use the Flex Seal. But then at the same time, it is a custom mat with a custom design that I specifically wanted, so I kind of think it's worth it. And also, it was just so much fun making it myself and getting to paint, so that kind of makes me care less about the cost. I think there are cheaper doormats out there to start with as a base. This was just the option that I found for me, so that could end up saving you a lot. If you try this out at home, what kind of design would you make? I'd love to hear, so let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!